Rise and shine, fat fuck.
We had a bit of a storm here last night, and I don't know how Sam Sulik does it when he's driving. At night, he's got this light and you can see him. It's probably better for you guys to not see me. But, you know, I got to tell you guys this. It's taken a while for my body to really get moving over the past 6.5 months. We're almost at the end of phase 2. And phase 1 was I started at 340 pounds, get into the 300s. And then the end of phase 2 is to get down to 275. And then phase 3 is to get down to 250. But if phase 3 takes, let's not even really care so much about how long it takes to finish phase 3. But I knew for me, getting to the end of phase 2 is good. You know, 275, you know, every pound I get down after that really adds up because it's really attacking the area where it needs to. But I digress here. I just want to tell you guys, you know, I almost get off on just pushing myself. Like now, so you get up at 334. It's the doing something that other people just would never do. And there's a famous saying that is, if you say you can't, you surely never will, right? So I really get tired quickly of listening to people say, I can't. It's not my vocabulary, man. It's just like, I am a fucking driven machine. You all are stronger than you realize. You got to give yourself a chance. You only live once, man. Test yourself. See what you're capable of doing, even at 50. Like this crazy old fat bastard. I love pushing myself. I like this time when the world's quiet. I'm kind of a social hermit anyway. I don't like being around other people and listening to and dealing with their bullshit. I like getting up early. It's like my quiet time. I get to think. I get to have my time in the gym, share my time with you guys. But just try it, man. Try pushing yourself. Fuck, you love it. Getting up early with your cortisol. I was in bed last night, I think it was right before 10. I was up my eyes were wide awake at 3:30 and I felt rested. I felt good. Like I'm feeling like a machine. I'm more productive. I'm getting a lot done around the house. Where before, when I was really fat, I was just sitting on the couch, eating really shitty, almost passed out from the insulin crash and the up and down blood sugar. It was just awful. But anyway, let's hit the gym. So we're going to do back and buys. Now, last week I had that brutal session with the RMT, first time in the 6 months since I got back at it. When I was doing the assisted pull-ups, I felt some weird shit going on with my forearms and biceps, so I'm going to be wary of that today. And the other thing is, since I don't deadlift anymore, video to come, I don't even do heavy bent over rows anymore. But it's keeping that lower back strong. But stiff-legged deadlifts on hamstring day tend to, and there's another machine I use for my lower back. But I'm going to work more on isolation today. And I hate training biceps, but we'll figure something out. And my weight's down, so probably the veins might be popping out a little more. That's, you know, progress is progress, guys. Friends, the world does not care about you. The sooner people get that in their heads, my mother would always say to me, Bri, the world is not fair. The world is not just. What are you going to do about it? Strong mind, strong body. Today, make the choice today to say, I fucking can, and I'm fucking going to do this. Because the world doesn't care about us, we're going to become strong mentally and physically. We're going to take care of our health, because no one else will. So from this day forth, we are going to build the old fat bastard army. Shout out to 2 guys who want to join the army. Number 1, OFB Army, right? My good friend Phil from the Gold Coast down in Australia. Proud of you, Phil. You got this, buddy. Keep me posted of your progress. And my good friend Tony from Arizona. Like me, a former foodie. But now, we're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. We are going to take care of our health. And we're going to decide today, I can. Let's do this. One of the most amazing feelings that most people will never get to experience is when you've been a fat, sick, lazy fuck, and you work hard for months and your body starts really waking up, turning into a fucking machine and working with you. So when your mind and your body are working in tandem, after all those months of, oh, fuck, getting up early, going to the gym, and they start working together, it's one of the best feelings ever, even at 50 years old. You can still do it, you just have to know how to get it out of your body. All right, so we're doing back biceps today and some core work. This is a great warm-up back exercise that I like doing. It's kind of almost like a dumbbell pullover, but as I put on some silly rave background music for you guys, let me ask you this question, okay? When you're fat and you have all your weight around your stomach, why is it that pants just drop off your ass? I have no fat on my ass. I have no ass. But it's just funny. My pants just love to drop at my ass. It's really weird. Like, come on. I don't want to lose fat off the ass. I want to lose it off the gut. So one of the biggest tricks with lat work, where people mess up the most, is the trick to developing your lats is pulling with your elbows, where a lot of people tend to pull with their shoulders. So one of the things you got to do is turn those elbows in. Focus on pulling with the lats. So again, like all my exercises, guys, you guys are picking up on this. I start light, lots of reps, and I just slowly start increasing the weight. So if you're doing this right, you are going to get a burn in your lats. If you're doing it wrong and you're feeling it in your triceps or your shoulders, you're doing something wrong. Pull with your elbows. I don't want to kill you guys with tons of boring workout footage, but there's a few tidbits of knowledge, a few exercises that might help you guys. But again, that's one of my principles when I train. Let's call that the old fat bastard army principle. I start light and just really warm up all the involved muscles. So here I am again, increasing the weight. So a good friend of mine, Phil, he called me yesterday from Australia, and he said, hey, how long do you spend in the gym? And the truth is, I like to get in, get it done, but I don't want to be rushed either. I like to have time to stretch. Sometimes I'll take a little longer. Sometimes I'm thinking. Sometimes I just want to bang it out. Another thing, we won't get into it in this video, but I don't go to the gym as a social event. I don't go to make friends. And there's reasons for that. See, look at the pants. They're just falling off my ass. Like, what the hell? It's so weird. Even my jeans, it's just crazy. So, again, different angle. We're getting heavier, but pull with your lats. The secret to that is with your elbows. Turn them in, keep them close to your body, okay? But this is a great exercise, and it's also a great exercise for just warming up your lats. So I highly advocate this one. But again, I don't do the same workout every week. So part of my training is instinctive training. How's my body feeling? What's going on? There will be times due to mileage on my body and injuries where I'll do, what are you looking at, you fat bastard? Get back to it. There are times where I will say, oh, this isn't working for me, especially chest exercises. And but I've been doing this for so long, I know a different variation I can go to and see how that feels. So if one doesn't work, I can go to a variation, and normally it will be okay. So here again, God, we got to be getting to the end of this. Keep adding weight. We're working. Again, I would encourage you guys to give this exercise a try. But again, you want to feel it in the lats. Start light. Practice your form. God, I'm sounding old now. Practice your form, eh? What the hell? What the hell's going on here? Where did those years go? Right? Don't mind the sign in the background. There's spelling mistakes. I do live in Quebec in Canada, so French is my first language. Working on English is my first language. Jesus. But whoever made the sign was French, and they made a mistake, but God bless the French. So here, now this is a new exercise, so I'm doing reverse grip pull downs. So again, a lot of people don't know this, but when your hand is in the supinated position, you are leaving your bicep vulnerable. So you have to be very careful. I don't go full extension on this because I don't want to tear my bicep. There was like an event a few years back where it was like a strength training thing, and they were doing all these weird exercises, and they're doing like a high row thing, maybe on a hammer strength. And he was a mutant guy. He was just massive. And he was competing in it, and he had like the full stack on. When he went to extend to release the weight at the top, bing, his bicep went. Not a nice injury. We want to avoid that. So again, I keep my elbows bent. I don't release all the way. I want to keep all the tension on the lats. Come on, you fat bastard. What are you waiting for? Jesus. I love kicking my own ass, okay? Again, starting to get a little heavier, focusing. But again, this is one of those exercises that, you know, you kids out there, you don't go to using the full stack. Okay, start light, work your way up. But again, don't go full extension with your biceps where you extend all the way. Snap. What they used to say a few years ago, Snap City. You don't want to go to Snap City, okay? So now we're getting into some more weight. I'm being very careful. You'll also notice during my back workouts, I vary my grips. I don't use the same grip, same spacing from exercise to exercise, because I like to hit the back from different angles, especially for this exercise or this workout. We are doing a lot of isolation work, okay? So I had some weird stuff happen when I was doing the assisted pull-ups last week, so I do not want to tear something, so that was a warning for me. So again, isolating the lats, pulling with the elbows, turning the elbows in. It is a skill. It is a talent that you must master. You want to really focus on the muscle and work the muscle you mean to train. A lot of people don't get that. A few years back, I would use a bit of loose form with heavier weights, but now I try and keep things a little more strict and use less weight, more reps, right? So instead of saying, oh, okay, I got 12 reps, okay, I'm going to add 50 more pounds and I'll try and get 3. No, I'll say, no, maybe I'll just try and do 20 reps this time. Okay, so here we are, seated rows. Pull to your lower stomach, elbows tight to your body. Again, it's very easy to start pulling with your shoulders. Do not flare your elbows out. And stomach girth, my friends. Stomach girth. My ass girth. My God, there's nothing there. My pants fall off. But stomach girth, it is slowly and surely coming down every week. I'm fine-tuning. It is a process, but you have to look at it too. You have to say, hey, you buy the ticket, you take the ride. So I chose to get fat, so I have to accept that it's going to take time to heal my body and burn all the fat off. But I just keep trying better and better every week, and I feel more and more like a machine every week, and trust the process. Okay? Who the hell was I talking to there? There's nobody there. I got to go get checked or something. Maybe I got something going on. I do tend to talk to myself more now that I'm older. It's actually kind of concerning. I catch myself doing it all the time. But don't worry, it's not like, a voice in my head or I'm talking to another personality or something. All right, drop the handle. What are you waiting for? God damn you, we're here to burn fat. What the hell are you doing? Okay, I want to talk about the wrist straps debate. A lot of people say, hey man, you shouldn't use wrist straps. Listen, dude, I'm 50. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm not here to impress you with my grip strength. There was a time just a few years ago when I was really working on my deadlifting, and I was in the process of switching over to hook grip, which is a whole other topic, because I wanted to save my biceps. I had a friend of mine, he, in a competition, I was filming him do his lift, and his bicep went right in front of me. He had the over-under. Again, that hand in the supinated position, but I'll do a video on that another day. And I was working on my grip strength all the time for hook grip, but anyway, deadlifting's out of the equation now, and moving on. Also, I have clients all afternoon. I have to teach guitar, so yeah. But do whatever you need to do. I'm not here to impress people with my grip strength anymore. So, if I ever was even, okay? Again, a little bit of stomach girth. It always helps when you're moving heavy weight, but we don't want stomach girth anymore, so we've been whittling away at it. Pull in, lower stomach, pull with your elbows close to your body. All right, so now biceps. I hate doing my biceps because I trained them so much as a teenager. I talked about that in another video. So doing some variations here, changing my elbow position, starting with a light plate. You guys would really like this one. It's surprisingly challenging. It's not as easy as it looks. That's just a 10-pound bumper plate, but we're going to move the weight up. And just getting everything warmed up. And, one of the weird things with YouTube is when you're doing your video editing and you have to look at yourself. This is torture for me. Who is that ugly fat bastard? Okay, still have that beard that's not cooperating in the morning. Okay, so we got 25 pounds, going for a burn. It's a really cool exercise. You guys should try it if you need a variation. Again, I don't do the same workout every week. I use a lot of instinctive training. with how my body's feeling, but I always like throwing curveballs at my body. And it's not just with training, like even with food. Like today I'm pushing it's 9:20 in the morning. I haven't even had a shake yet or even a meal. I like pushing my body. I'm enjoying the fast. So it's like, okay, fat fuck. You got fat on your body. Let's push yourself. I'm not saying for you to do that, meaning the people out there watching. That's me talking to myself. Okay? Who are you talking to? Okay. Yeah, I think that's a 35-pound plate. It's getting a little trickier. But I'm getting a pump, which is good. Again, I'm going higher reps. I don't, especially biceps, like I don't care about doing 3, 5, 7 reps. Everything for me now is 10 or more. Feel the muscle, really work it. I think at this moment I was getting surprised at the lactic acid burn. What I drink in the morning, I don't even know if there's beta-alanine in it. Oh, we got the mutant shirt. Oh, a little bit of veinage happening. Okay, and we're using a 45. Okay, so it's kind of interesting because I think I was surprised at how difficult this exercise was when you started adding weight to it. So one of the things with bodybuilding I want to tell you guys about is there's a lot of illusion involved. So if you're lean and you've got the lean waist, you kind of almost look bigger than what you really are. So when I was at my biggest and I'd be at expos or meeting people, I'd be like, that person's tiny. But, you know, when you have with arms, where the hell did I go? Who's doing the video editing here? Oh, wait, I am. Little tricep shot for you guys. A little bit of horseshoe happening there. Veins. The veins started coming out actually a couple of weeks ago. It's like Groundhog Day. They just popped out all of a sudden. And that's nice because it's a sign of progress. It means your body fat is lowering. Not always in the amount you'd like from where you want, but anyway. So I'm doing these hammer curls. I know there's another name for them. Again, 15-pound dumbbells. I'm warming up. And we just keep increasing the weight. I don't rest much in between sets. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Okay, I didn't realize I talked to myself like this. This is really concerning for me. I need to go get some help. But anyway, this exercise quickly starts getting difficult when you start adding weight. So I think I was doing like 15 or 20 reps a side. And one of the ways I like to throw a curveball at my body, I'll use curls as an example, right? So I'm going right arm, left arm. Okay, I don't know if I do it here. Oh, showing off a bit for you guys. See the veinage? So if I go left, right, well, maybe the next set I might go left, right, okay? I like to confuse my body, so it's not always used to those patterns. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but again, getting back to the illusion of bodybuilding. So my arms are around the 20-inch range, whether it shows it or not. If you've got a lean waist and 20-inch arms, that's amazing. But when you have a lot of girth around your stomach, it really decreases the size of your arms. So the idea is for me to hang on to as much muscle as I can, decrease the stomach girth, and the arms will look that much bigger and that much more impressive. So we shall see how things go over the next several weeks. Okay, going a little heavier, a little bit loose. Oh, look at the vein. It's Groundhog Day. It's popping out going, hey, is winter over? Do I see my shadow? But I got to tell you, in this long battle, progress is progress. Any little thing is great. So seeing the veins again, that's awesome. So I think, is that a 40-pound dumbbell? I know it's starting to really get difficult here now. I'm actually surprised. Back in the day, I don't even know if I would have curled 40-pound dumbbells because they were too light. But that is okay. I'm in a new phase of life, and we have new goals together, my friends. New goals together. Okay, opposite arm. I think this is the last set. A little bit of veinage. Gotta love the veinage. I might do 6 or 8 reps here. I notice it's really getting difficult. Okay. And I think this is one of those exercises that John Meadows really used to emphasize. God bless John's soul. Another great one we lost a year or two ago, which is quite sad. But great exercise. I like to be bent over a little bit, leaning forward. Oh, no, we go even heavier. What the hell? Okay. I got to look at your ugly mug for a little longer, but I'm really working here. The biceps are really working. But again, it's a pretty safe exercise with that grip. You're not going to have to worry about tearing too much unless you're trying to heave 80 or 100-pound dumbbells, which we're not doing anymore, right? Or 50, right? We can still look good, we can still have muscle, but we want to preserve our body and take care of our body because it is our vehicle that we need to get through life with. So when we're younger, we just don't give a shit. We don't think about the future, but now we do, right? What's that famous saying? You spend the first half of your life to accumulate wealth, and then you spend the second half of your life spending the wealth to get your health. So true. Whether with money or time, right? So I'm rocking a mutant shirt, walking around. I look confused, which I normally am. Giving you guys a little bit of a vein shot. Okay, man. Come on, you fat bastard. Okay, this has to be the last set. Oh my God. No, it's not the last set. 35-pound dumbbells. Okay. That's another thing I've noticed too. Another thing that really got me back on track when I made the choice back in June. My eyesight has really decreased over the past 2 years. Just walking around driving, not at all. But when I have to read, I really noticed a big difference the past few years. Who am I talking? God damn it, I'm ugly. Jesus. I don't know what to do with the beard, guys. Do you think I should use some Just for Men or something? Put a bit of color back into it, make me look younger? Or do you like the, do you like it how it is? Do you like the white? Do you like the kind of somewhat Santa Claus look? What do I do? What do I do? I like my haircut, though. I've got a really good barber. His name is me. Yeah. So, again, confusing the biceps. So, again, if you're going like right, left, right, left, right, left with dumbbell curls, mix it up. If you go right, left, then go left, right, left, right. Another vein shot for you guys. Oh, I'm kind of showing off a bit today. And here I am doing core work. So core, I don't want to bore you guys with this, but this is something I learned from Shane Sweat at the sweatshop down in Cincinnati. Shane came up and was educated at Westside by Louis Simmons. I try most workouts to finish with some sort of core exercise. Today it is standing crunches with the cable. Over 20 reps tends to work best. You do need some weight. Again, got the diastasis hernia happening, so when I lean down, we're going to take a good look at it, and I'm sure at some point I'm just going to have to suck it up and deal with it and see a doctor and just get the mesh operation done. But so I'm not going to bore you guys with boring workout footage. I'm going to do 3 sets on the assault bike, 1 minute each all out. Then I'm going to go home, walk my dog, then do my walk, all fasted. And we'll go from there. This is the view this morning on the river. Out for my walk. It's a little slick, so I'm walking very carefully. Don't want to slip, fall, tear something. You guys are probably going to be tired of hearing me say that, but yeah. So, out for my walk. Friends, the other day I made a video. I was talking about energy vampires, meaning I find when I'm 50 now, I am 50, I find you pay attention to a lot more things when you really work to be in tune with yourself. I think that's something that takes decades to kind of work on. But negativity is around us. You know, we all have bad days. We all have bad moods. We all sometimes have a dark cloud over us. But, you know, it's kind of funny when I look at the fitness industry. I was a little bit out of touch for a while about YouTube and everything. And I'm going to try and explain something. I made a video the other day about Sam Sulek. Now, I've watched a few of his videos. I like Sam Sulek. I think it's awesome what he's doing. And it kind of occurred to me today when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about after the workout is I find Sam Sulek, he's positive. He focuses on him, what he needs to do. He doesn't get into other bullshit that goes on with YouTube channels and stuff. And I really like that. Now, I could be completely wrong, but with my limited knowledge, that's my opinion. He's kind of positive. Not getting into what he may take or what he might not take, whatever. But even things as simple as this really get on my nerves now. And it's so important to just how much negative energy are you willing to expend, because it's still energy coming out of your body. And we only have so much of it every day. So, like this natty or not stuff, okay? You know, I had you know, when I was a sponsored athlete, I had a small YouTube channel. I had a small following, and I kind of bought into all that shit. And I made these videos to try and get views and stuff. And I'm looking back going, no. You know, I have a music channel that's doing pretty good. But initially when I started it, it was to give guitar lessons, because I wasn't really impressed with a lot of the guitar lessons that are on the internet. And to talk about music, kind of like what Rick Beato was doing. And at some point, things weren't catching on. It wasn't, you know, I started doing these reaction videos. And at first, it was very positive. But then after time, I just got to this place like, is this really what I'm about? Is this really what I want to do? Like, I'm a highly skilled guitar player. I tried many different things, and it's just, for whatever reason, it's not translating to YouTube. So, you know, with my other channel, I'm kind of in a weird, I think I have 26,000 subscribers, but I'm kind of like, you know, I don't want to make reaction videos. I'm really struggling with that now. Is that really who I am? Is that what I'm about? I'm 50. Is that what I want to put my time into? So, but back then when I had my channel, I did some really stupid videos too. I did videos about Brad Castleberry and the Strength Cartel. Like, some of them went like semi-viral with like 500,000 views. And I'm looking back now, shaking my head going, what the fuck? You know, like, I had an alias. And, you know, one of the things I'm going to talk about Jerry Ward again in a video to come. But when he and I talked, and we met, and we talked, I interviewed him, you know. But one of the things he told me, he said, with YouTube, just be you. And for years, I didn't understand what that was. But I think now, in the past few weeks, I think I'm getting it. Again, I have no expectations for this channel. If it takes off and starts having a following, great. If not, I'll keep plugging away no matter what I'm doing. But there's a lot of drama going on, and guys kind of catch on to trends and drama. Kenny KO loves calling people out about the Natty or not thing. I got nothing against Kenny. You know, that's what his channel's about. It's the dirt, the drama, the bullshit. And he makes a good living from it. And good for him. That's what it's about. And that's what he's happy doing. Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette, a lot of you guys don't know this, but he was a very high-level respected coach for bodybuilders for many years here in Canada. Long before he was famous on YouTube, I knew who he was. And I don't know if you guys know this too, but he was a strong guy too. He's done some crazy stuff with his lifts. But he was in an interview recently, or he was in a video with Larry Wheels, and he kind of admitted, he said, oh, YouTube's kind of almost like a game. We're playing a game to get views and make money and all that. I was like, huh. So when these guys do a lot of these who's natty or not stuff, okay? When you're younger, it might be interesting, whatever. And I'm going to be careful with how I talk about this, because I'm going to be careful opening up this Pandora's box. I've dabbled in it over the years. I was a very strong natural guy before I touched anything. I am a believer at our age in optimization with your testosterone if you need it. I believe that most men at 50 need it. But I'm not talking about taking gear, man. I'm not talking about doing crazy shit. We're not built for that anymore in our 50s. We've had years of wear and tear on our organs and everything, and on our heart. It's about being healthy and still looking good and doing great things. But, you know, I was watching this thing now, you know, about Mike O'Hearn and stuff, and, you know, it gets views and everything. But now I'm looking at going, this is kind of negative. Like, meaning people calling out Mike O'Hearn and stuff. I couldn't give a shit what Mike's taking or what he's doing. I will tell you that I remember even from the early 90s when I was working out, he was on the cover of magazines. He must be doing something right. He still looks great. He looks way better than I do. So he must be doing something good. But I can tell you that Mike works hard, and he works hard on his diet. So, but watching some of those videos now, I was trying to watch one last night, and I'm like, I don't have the energy for this. This is kind of negative. Like, they're kind of funny at first, but then it's kind of negative. It's a lot of negative bullshit. And I often find that the people that really get consumed with who's natty or not are the people that really need to worry about what they need to do. I don't get it anymore. I'm just like, hey, man, like, you know, yeah, it's funny a little bit. You know, I'm sure if I could do that, if I wanted to build up my channel quick, get into videos like that, but that's not me. That's not who I am. And I just don't want to be cheap like that. I'm not saying what anyone else is doing is wrong, but I just don't have the energy. Negative energy is still energy coming out of your body. Be aware of it. There's things every day that piss me off, annoy me. Well, do I say something and cause a fight or cause drama, or just say, you know what, let's take that energy, put it into grilling some chicken breasts or figuring out your workout for tomorrow, or maybe a YouTube video that people will appreciate. Energy vampires are everywhere, you know, and I want to be real with this YouTube channel, whether I have 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, or 10,000 subscribers. I just want to be real, and in the real world, guys, okay? Like, a lot of us, like 99% of us, are not going to look like Chris Bumstead. It's just not going to happen. It's not, you know, especially when we've been older, we've been fat, we've damaged our bodies, we've damaged our pancreas, our bodies are built for, you know, storing adipose tissue and fat. But it doesn't mean that we can't disagree with doing what everyone else is, caring about our health, and not being average. But even some of those videos on YouTube with the fitness thing, I love Mark Lobliner. I explained it in another video. I think men over 50 lift. Mark Lobliner is an amazing human being. But then, you know, some of his videos where it's about Cali muscle and this and that, clearly it's for views. And I'm just not into that shit anymore, man. You know, 5 or 6 years ago when I was a sponsored athlete, I might have watched some of that. I probably would have seen what the trends were and did a video to get followers and views. I'm not about that anymore, guys. I'm really not. So who's Natty or not, if you want to give your energy to that, go ahead. But I would probably encourage you, especially if you're older and your energy is more and more limited as you get older, take that energy and put it back into you. If you want, go take steroids. Take a ton of them. I wouldn't recommend it at 50. Not healthy. TRT, testosterone replacement, yes. I wouldn't recommend doing that in your 50s. You're going to be asking for trouble. But try it. See if it gives you the body you want. I'm going to tell you guys, diet is the ultimate drug. And that's why it's so hard. And if it was easy, we would all look like $1 million and we'd all be healthy. But this world is about money. It's about brainwashing. It's about consumption, consumers. A lot of us don't stand a chance with food addiction. But you do have the chance to make a difference and say, no, my health means something. And I don't want to live like that. And at some point, we're all going to die. I want to look back and say, no, I made a stand and said, no, I'm not living like that. I don't want to be a fat fuck anymore. And I don't want to be unhealthy. Not just physically, but mentally. If you're overweight, you're probably not doing well mentally too. There's probably depression and a lot of other things going on. So, a lot of negativity in the fitness industry, man. At my age, I don't find it entertaining anymore. I find it negative. And I just don't want to give my energy to that. So if you do, great. But maybe you should take some of that energy and just focus on positive stuff that you need to do. This is my therapy.